are going through something, and they're kind of like needing some inspiration that you don't feel like you can give them at this time. Like, you're frustrated when you're having your reaction to this person, but then I do think that you kind of come back within your own space, and you sort through things, and you kind of go, okay, like a lot's happening, and I just need to not tell myself that I'm fully responsible for, this other person. You're kind of like resonating more and more with this energy of connecting with yourself, of feeling connected to yourself, of like having more intuition and ideas, and having just more of yourself come back to you. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to your reading. This reading's for Aries. You could be any sign in this reading though. So we're going to be looking at the dynamic between you and another person. I think this is going to mostly play out as love situations, but I do anticipate that there will be some readings that play out as just another dynamic in your life that you have questions about or you're needing clarity on. So feel free to check your other signs for stuff like that. Aries, your cards are coming out very decidedly. So this looks like maybe an interaction that's already well played out. So for you, I think I'm going to pull kind of like old energy and new energy. And then after this, if you want to stick around for kind of more of a look at what's going on kind of just in your life in general, then keep in mind I'll be doing that after the love reading, the dynamic reading. So, okay, well, it wants me to start with this, so we will. So Aries, your energy is coming out as pulling back from someone. Let's see. Okay. Well, this kind of looks like you pulled back from someone as they were just ready to like almost open up to you, but not make any decisions, like not take any action. It's kind of giving me the energy of maybe someone who just is a little bit too slow for you or something. I get that you are, how I'm seeing this is that basically you kind of like were wondering if you should build with this person, and then I think that you were leaning more on the side of wanting to stop that, wanting to like maybe cut a connection out of your life. And then you got the Eight of Swords as their response in the reverse, so that kind of tells me that they it's like maybe just as you're giving up, someone comes around. Maybe this person even has a tendency to do that, is like as soon as you're not thinking about them, they kind of show up again. So then you were like, no, I don't want that. It just seems like you're kind of over someone's games is kind of how I'm reading that. And then they kind of, something came to a halt. Maybe that was, maybe someone was like coming to your house and then all of a sudden it stopped or something. I also get that maybe they had like kind of an immature reaction to that. So let's see what else is playing out here. I get that you miss this person. Maybe you're kind of still not over them, but you just know the situation isn't going to work. It really does feel like an old situation, and I'm really tempted to pull on the new, but I think that for whatever reason, this has to come out first. We have the King of Pentacles for their energy. I think that like someone wanted you to know that they could be dependable, but your intuition is like, there's something about this person that's saying, I can slow down, I can open up, I can be dependable. But then something about your energy that's really like, no, you can't. Like I need to, I almost feel like Aries, you could be almost like breaking your own heart to move on from something, you know, kind of like not buying into someone's BS. And then you got the Hangman in the reverse. All of your energy, Aries, says like, I'm not doing that. And then the Tower on their end. Maybe you see them going through something and you're kind of like, I'm going to stay out of that. I wonder if even someone like asked you for help or something like that. Or if maybe you anticipate that this person often asks for help. So you're kind of like, I don't know. Let me pull energy. You got the Hierophant on your end. And then the Seven of Wands for them. So maybe this situation has kind of already played out. Or maybe it's this kind of situation where it like loops like this. Where you are going back and forth in your head about kind of like what you should do, but erring more on the side of caution with a certain person. They kind of give you a little bit, but then, and maybe there's something to do with like shared finances or some kind of like reason, like maybe this is even a boss or something, or a landlord. It just feels like they're, they have a position in your life that seems to be something that you're trying to respect, but at the same time, you're really pulling away because you're trying to respect yourself at the same time. And that seems to be maybe the only way that you feel that you can respect them and you simultaneously. So then you have like, you're just not changing your mind about how you feel about this person. I think you've seen this loop too many times and you try to teach them about something. I'm kind of getting that like you feel a little bit defeated in some way where like you keep trying to teach someone about maybe, you know, how to treat you in a relationship, or maybe is that like focusing? I don't know. Maybe trying to focus. Maybe you're trying to get this person to like focus and they're just kind of having a hard time with that. Anyways, it seems like you do try to offer like some kind of a solution, or maybe try to offer like a commitment that's that's like reliable for them to lean on, that there's something reliable about the way that you view them in your life, like where you aren't going anywhere, but you're going to keep setting your boundaries and kind of like picking your battles here. And then for them, it's kind of like maybe they are going through something and they're kind of like needing some inspiration that you don't feel like you can give them at this time. And so it's like how I'm kind of seeing this is that intuitively you're sussing the situation out to be like, I can only give you so much. Like you have to come to your own conclusions. You have to do the rest. And so I kind of get that you're in this cycle of almost like burnout with another person. And maybe you like really removed your energy in some way. So, yeah, but I don't know. This doesn't really seem like a dynamic that has firm footing. I don't really know why I want to say that. Okay, well, see, this is what I feel like you're saying is, I'm not going to read all that. I'm not going to listen to all that. Like you have your guard up to something. What happened in the past that like made you do this? Maybe they just like haven't displayed any like emotions, any like ability to dive into emotions, friendship, stuff like that. And so every time that comes up, or I think rather every time that it's time to like build, you just inherently understand something's missing from this. I don't know. I don't love the energy here. It's kind of just giving me like, and then the Hermit in the reverse. it's kind of giving me that like you're done trying to figure this out. They're not trying to figure themselves out. But for whatever reason, you're seeing them as kind of like this burden. And like, why? Because you want to see them find success. You do. It's like a situation where I think that you do want to, I think you want to help this person, but you're also kind of like not super excited about how much they need help. Maybe that's even, I don't know, like a family member or something. I don't even get that you're pulling away to focus on your own stuff. I kind of get that you just like, you're in that, but you don't like to be in it, but you're not cutting it off, you know? Like it's just something that's difficult for you to deal with. So let's get some more energy for like whatever is new and whatever is coming in for you. Because I think that maybe that energy is needed. I also think maybe this takes up a lot of your time in some way. Okay. What's coming in for Aries that... Okay. Yeah, no to that. Okay, so something's coming in, but you're kind of like, no to that too. Someone's kind of coming in as having like just a little bit too many problems going on. Aries, I'm getting that you guys are just like overall defending your energy right now, kind of maybe protecting your peace. You're going through something. What are you going through? Because you're not... Okay, so the other thing that I was just talking about, that previous situation, you're still learning to release that and like understand that maybe that person can't really come with you moving forward in the way that you had hoped. And so I do kind of get this like letting go and letting that, you're kind of coming to this conclusion that maybe you're just not like gonna have them build with you anymore, you know? And some of you guys, this can be quite frustrating because I do feel like this person, I feel like that interaction that you're learning to let go is maybe something where there's like, it's like a shared business, or there's something that you're kind of like intertwined with them. And maybe you like share a kid with them. Maybe you share a business or finances or something. It just seems like there's something where it's like, or maybe they're part of your family. It really just gives me the energy that like you've had to work. That's where we're getting to. Okay, I get it. Where you've had to work really hard to like let this person be in your life. And it just like it's almost like, I think that you feel that you are done feeling like a failure or something. Like you're like, that's exhausting at some point. And maybe you guys are like so different that it's like really taken a toll on you emotionally or like mentally. And I kind of just get that you're having some issues about, you know, feeling like, I think it affects like your self-worth in some way. So I just get that it doesn't have the greatest impact on like maybe your mental health or something. So anyways, I feel like you're really just kind of protecting yourself there. Also, the new person or whatever's coming in, it just kind of feels like this person's stuck. This person's like, you know, just not, like they're just going through a lot. Although that's how I could potentially read your energy. So I think that like, yeah, it's like you're trying to push through your energy and keep going and like not let it slow you down. But I think that it is making you pull back and slow down in some way. And then whoever this new person is or who's coming towards you is like, I just kind of get that maybe you're sick of someone else's stuff and the other person is starting to get sick of their stuff. So I think intuitively you understand this person is not going to like meet you where you're at. Like you're always going to have to meet. That's what it feels like, Aries, is that you guys feel like you're just having to meet people where they're at, and like who's making the effort to meet Aries where Aries is really at. So I just get this like general frustration with, you know, relationships and like dynamics in your life that are feeling really one-sided right now, or like, you know, like where you're maybe you would welcome something where you could be the student if someone could kind of teach you about, you know, yourself or kind of what's going on. It just feels like you're kind of over being the teacher all the time and then not feeling like you have a teacher. Just like overall kind of feeling burdened by other people is how I'm reading your energy right now. And then not really wanting to sign up for like more work in interpersonal relationships right now. Just wanting to take a step back from it all. Give me Aries energy for this week. What's Aries going through? Okay, you got the 5th house of passion. So this could have made you step back and kind of like focus on the things that bring you joy. Focus on just kind of like not letting anyone else affect your energy. Just going towards things that really are like productive for rest and stuff that just kind of lights you up. And then trying to let that kind of like run its course. I'm going to read this. I'll show you what these are. Oh, and then you got midheaven coming out. Okay. Oh, and then root. 10,000 of authority. Whatever you guys are going through right now, Aries, I get that you're working through some kind of burnout where you feel like exhausted by someone else's, you know, you're almost like taking responsibility for someone else's responsibilities or something like that. Or maybe that's how you feel. And what it's leading you to is actually like being able to be seen. And I think this is like publicly or something for almost the way that you have come so far from where your foundation was. And maybe that's in childhood, or maybe that's just kind of before, you know, sometimes we just get into a phase and, you know, a few years can go by and then we realize like, I was really different back then and I kind of want to get back to that. It's like that energy. And then being able to like make a career or a name for yourself in career. So it's like right now you're pulling back energy is very, it's well deserved, but it's also needed. Like you need a period of rest. And I think that you know that. So let's look at kind of how that might be playing out in your life. 54. These 3 aspects are awkward, potentially confrontational, and urge us to grow as we reconcile disparate points of view. Square aspects act as if 2 horses are pulling at right angles, or 2 cars are colliding at a crossroads. Needs collide and tension pulls between different priorities within or without. A square is formed by 2 planets that are 90 degrees apart and in the same modality, cardinal, fixed, or mutable, while a semi-square is formed by 2 planets 45 degrees apart. A quincunx is formed by 2 planets 150 degrees apart from 2 signs that have neither polarity, modality, nor element in common. Life is a workout. This phase needs juggling, muscle building, and the careful coordination of competing needs. You may feel pulled between one path or another and pushed to make a decision, but with some fancy timing and rhythm, you may be able to do it all. Working with people who have diverse mindsets, skills, and backgrounds can be challenging, but in the long run, these collaborations prove most productive and enriching. Find points of ease, the few things everybody agrees on already, and build out from there. Honor difference and expand. Let the situation become a mandala created by the interlacing elements that at first glance may not look like they go together. These apparently clashing pieces can round each other out and create a beautiful symbol of wholeness. Take this image into your psyche and use it as a pattern for interaction. These tense aspects take work, but don't avoid it. If you take a hatching baby bird out of its egg so it doesn't have to struggle, it won't build the strength needed to survive. A butterfly needs to struggle coming out of the cocoon in order to have circulation in its wings to fly. This situation builds your strength. Get ready to fly. This is a workout of body, mind, or spirit, and workouts can be tiring. Take this opportunity to build strength and learn to reconcile the conflicts within. When you can resolve internal conflicts, it is easier to resolve external ones. I'm just going to pull a few cards on maybe what's going on there. Okay. Give me energy for Aries, please. Page of Wands. You could be studying something for a career, kind of like preparing to enter a new career. You could be talking about or kind of having more and more interactions regarding like what you're passionate about in career, or things that you can do to like boost your entrance into those, or your success in those. I also get kind of randomly that you could be kind of dressing how you did, like coming back to a style in your wardrobe that was previously felt comfortable to you, and then you outgrew it, and like now it's bringing some sense of like comfort, or I don't know what that's saying, but it seems like you're going back to an old style of like clothing. I also see kind of the energy of like work boots. So I don't know if this is like manual labor or if you're going hiking. It seems like work boots, hiking boots, like just a nice sturdy set of boots is here. I don't really know. Maybe you're making a judgment to leave something where it's mostly like manual labor, or it's more taxing. There's a lot of walking involved. There's a lot of like just moving through the day in energy where you're trying to like deal with all of these things that are happening within you, but then still needing to like keep it moving. It's almost like just internalizing everything, but still having that shared mind space to like do your work and do your job and stuff. I kind of see you like making a decision to maybe pull away from that kind of energy. And also there's something else here about like maybe something that was presented to you before seemed really inspiring, but it's like, and then maybe you wanted to chase it in that way, or maybe you kind of like wanted to move towards it, or maybe that's a person, maybe even like an Aquarius or something, because I'm kind of getting this energy from the owl where it's like, where they're all kind of like looking up at this owl, and judgment is kind of all about like assessing what needs to happen to like get you to the next phase so that you can kind of start it with a clean slate or with the energy to build momentum within that so you can kind of accomplish whatever it is that your new dream or goal is. But here it's in reverse, so it's kind of like letting go of maybe chasing like how someone else was doing something and kind of just like resting in your own energy and feeling inspired that someone else could do something, but very much being like, it's time for me to just rely on that own kind of inner light that I have, that own guidance. Maybe it's you with the Aquarius placement, you know, and you're like, hey, I have that in me. Like, I can do that. If they can do that, why can't I? You know? And it's somehow related to like a passion or like a craft. I get that you're like dreaming about something. Then you have the star, which is more Aquarius energy. You could definitely be dealing with an Aquarius. Yeah, maybe this is kind of you starting something new that you have a lot of like hope that seems really fulfilling for you to be a part of publicly. It's almost like maybe what you were going through before in relationships and maybe even career was that you were like kind of not feeling great about having that as your public image in some way. And now you're kind of like resonating more and more with this energy of connecting with yourself, of feeling connected to yourself, of like having more intuition and ideas and having just more of yourself come back to you. There's also this energy here in this card, just in this particular deck, where you could be kind of like getting your energy back after a long time of like helping your child or something. Because I'm kind of seeing it. It's a heron, but I'm seeing it as the flamingo, and it's making me think of the like get your pink back, where flamingos will go through this phase after having babies where they lose their pink, and then they like regain it back. I guess once their kids kind of their little spawn grows a little bit more. So I kind of just get this like energy coming back to you, and it's helping you to attract the right energy towards you of like exactly what it is that you're trying to manifest. Because I do think that that's the thing that's been missing. You've been dealing with everything that's there, but it's like, but where was like what Aries truly wanted in this world? And now that's coming back. So I get that you're kind of like making time for both your passions and starting this new thing. And like hobbies and crafts and kind of getting curious about maybe that's like design, or we have like art here. Just things that bring you joy, you know? Maybe you're listening to more music or kind of opening the windows. It's very, very summertime feeling, like kind of getting back to your old self in some way. Maybe some of you guys are like writing poetry or have like patterns of things. I'm kind of seeing this as like dream catchers, the mandala in the back, where maybe there's like repeating patterns in the art that you're doing for whatever reason. But I guess I could see that as like maybe fabric or like a like a craft where you knit or sew or create a pattern. Okay, and then one last one. You got the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're just overall, you seem to be really look, this person in the Four of Wands too is like holding someone back, like saying like, don't try to make me be your reflection. Like you see, I think that someone's been looking at you and maybe like reflecting their own energy, like almost projecting their own energy off of you. And you're setting up some kind of boundary so that that doesn't happen. But I think that like you're kind of saying, no, I'm going to go do my own thing. And when I'm gone, like, please take a look at yourself. Like keep looking in the mirror, because it's almost like someone's really driven to connect with you, but you're like, connect with me once you've connected with yourself. Like figure that out. I feel like you're frustrated with that. But then we do have this energy of like, try to see what's the commonality there. So the commonality is that both of you guys are building something new to you, and you're both kind of like trying to move forward with having this energy of like kind of dragging the feet about something else. Maybe some of you guys are grieving, maybe, yeah. I get that you're kind of like, you're frustrated when you're having your reaction to this person, but then I do think that you kind of come back within your own space and you sort through things and you kind of go, okay, like a lot's happening and I just need to not tell myself that I'm fully responsible for, you know, this other person. Like I don't want to be, and they probably don't like it when you're trying to be, but you're burnt out from it, you know? And I think it's kind of a moment where we can all breathe again and be like, I think that maybe one way that you're doing this is like you're setting up boundaries to like their emotional things, and you're just trying to focus on the physical things, the resources, the shared money or whatever that is. Like you're just trying to make it about that. Because you are trying to have this person in your life, and maybe you do need to have a talk with them about like, you know, that you're not really emotionally available for whatever is going on. Like you're dealing with your own things that have made you frustrated, and that it's okay that that's happening. But I feel like one thing that could happen is that you feel like you're not okay because you're still frustrated about things from the past, or maybe a specific relationship, maybe even like with a sibling or a child or something. And I think going into this space to like do art or do something creative or something that makes you happy, and then like simultaneously understanding that you're moving forward and that's difficult, but you have the strength to do it, to balance both of those things. Just know when you're in one world and when you need to go to the other, you know? I feel like maybe that can be helpful. Also, some of you guys might be thinking about going somewhere, like planning a trip, maybe kind of trying to fly somewhere, you know, like long distance travel. I think that would be great. If that's something that you want to do. If it feels like a burden at this time, I think what you might need to hear is that the person will not hold it against you. Like if you feel like you have to show up somewhere to like help someone else, don't worry about that. Just do your own thing. Like you're in your own season of life. Things are going to go really well for you the more that you slow down and look at those things. And like you're burned out from caring for everyone else, and it's just time to like put yourself first. So that's kind of what I'm seeing for you guys. If you wanted another look at a different relationship, or maybe you want to look at other things that are going on in your life, check out your other signs, and I will see you in another video. Bye guys.